There are very few cars that look truly at home through the legendary curves of the Italian's Amalfi coast, but when Ferrari names a car after this very stretch of Mediterranean paradise, you know they are serious about creating the ultimate Grand Tourer. I'm here with all the new 2027 Ferrari Amalfi, and today we are diving deep into what makes this the most compelling GT Ferrari has produced in years. The Amalfi arrives as a spiritual successor to the Roma, but don't think of this as just a facelift. Ferrari has fundamentally reimagined what a front-engine Grand Tourer should be in 2027. While the 296 GTP and 12-cylinder are designed to assault race tracks, the Amalfi is engineered for a different kind of perfection, the art of covering ground quickly, comfortably, and with undeniable style. At $283,000, its position at Ferrari's entry-level offering thought the term feels almost laughable when you are talking about 631 horsepower masterpiece. Ferrari has taken their proven 3.9-liter twin turbocharged V8 and given it to some serious upgrades for 2027. The key innovation here is the new turbocharged management system. Traditional turbo lag has always been the enemy of naturally aspirated engine character. Ferrari's new system uses advanced predictive algorithms to pre-spool the turbos based on the throttle positions, steering input, and even GPS data. The result, a traditional 19 horsepower over the Roma's engine, bringing total output to 631 horses, but more importantly, throttle responses that rivals a natural aspirated engine. The power delivery is managed through Ferrari's latest 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, the same unit that debuted in the S990 Strudel. This is not just about speed, it's about having right gear at precisely the right moment. Whether you are hustling through the mountain passes or precisely at triple-digit speeds on the Autostrada. But here's where things get really interesting from a technical standpoint. Ferrari has introduced brake-by-wire technology to the Amalfi. Borrowed directly from the 296 GTP, this is not just about stopping power, it's about feel and consistent. Traditional brake systems rely on hydraulic pressures and can feel different depending on the temperature, pad wear, and driving conditions. The brake-by-wire system uses electronic signals to precisely control brake force, providing consistent pedal feel, whether you are on your first corner or your 100th. The active aerodynamic tells another story about the Ferrari's technical evolution. This is not just a spoiler that goes up and down, it's a sophisticated system that adjusts based on speed, driving mode, and even cornering force to optimize either efficiency or downforce. Step inside and you will immediately notice Ferrari has learned from the Roma's feedback. The haptic steering wheel controls that Honor complained about, gone replaced with proper tactile buttons and that iconic red starter button. The cockpit features 3 distinct digital environments. The driver gets this massive 16-inch digital cluster that's fully configurable. The central 10.3-inch display handles infotainment and vehicle settings, while the passenger gets their own 8.8-inch screen showing the real-time performance data. This passenger display is not just gimmick, it's actually quite brilliant for involving your co-pilot in the driving experience. They can monitor G-forces, engine RPM, and even track lap times if you are on circuit. Ferrari claims 0 to 62 mph in just 3.3 seconds, putting it squarely in competition with Aston Martin Vanquish and Bentley Continental GT. But raw acceleration numbers don't tell the full story of what makes the Amalfi special. Ferrari's engineers have prioritized complaints over outright stiffness, meaning the Amalfi soak up road imperfection while still providing the connection and feedback you expect from Maranello. The magnetohydrological dampers can firm up in milliseconds when sensors detect aggressive driving, but they remain supple enough for long-distance comfort. It's this duality that defines the modern Grand Tourer. Let's address the elephant in the room, practical. The Amalfi rear seats are the best described as occasional use only, but the trunk is generally useful. You can fit 2 carry-on bags or a golf bag, which is more than you can say for the mid-engine supercars. The rear seats works for children or very short adults, but they are really designed for weekend luggage. Ferrari knows their customers, and this is exactly the right compromise. At $283,000, the Amalfi occupies a fascinating position in the luxury G8 market. It's significantly less expensive than Ferrari flagship models like the 12-cylinder or SF90, yet it offers a more redefined, usable experience than many of its track-focused siblings. This is Ferrari's answer to the question, what if you made a car that's equally at home on the Nürburgring and the French Riviera? The Amalfi does not compromise on performance, but it prioritizes sophistication over raw aggression. The tech integration feels natural rather than forced. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work seamlessly, and 14-speaker Burmster audio system is genuinely excellent, something you will appreciate on those long continental drives. Ferrari has also addressed modern safety expectations with optional blind spot monitoring, adaptive control, and lane departure warning. These are not features you traditionally associate with Ferrari, but they make perfect sense in a Grand Touring content. After spending time with the Amalfi on everything from the tight roads to highway stretches, what emerges in the car is that generally different from anything else in Ferrari's current lineup. The steering has proper weight and feel. The engine note is intoxicating without being overwhelming, and the ride equality is generally comfortable. This is a Ferrari you could drive from Milan to Monaco without feeling beaten up. The 2027 Ferrari Amalfi represents something increasingly rare in the supercar world: restraint combined with sophistication. It's not the fastest Ferrari or not the most extreme, but it might be the most desirable for the kind of the owners who actually drive their cars. In an era where many supercars have become too aggressive for the public roads, the Amalfi strikes the perfect balance between performance and usability. It's a reminder that sometimes the most impressive engineering achievements is not in building the fastest cars, it's building the right car. If you are considering a Grand Tour in this price range, the Amalfi deserves a serious consideration. It's not just a Ferrari badge on the pretty face, it's thoughtfully engineered machine that excels at its intended purpose. The 2027 Amalfi, when the destination matters as much as the journey.